Today we are going to check out how much energy we can produce with a photovoltaic system with 9 IQ 610 watt panel each with a awesome Deye 6K inverter, which is one of the best inverters that I've used so far, and a 15 kilowatt battery during the month of October 2025, which is a month that we already have some rain. The weather is cloudy. I've shared a few videos on a rainy day, and besides watching at these numbers, we will also check out the app so that you can check out the days that actually rains so that you can make your calculations. I did an upgrade to my main system with the Deye inverter with these panels, and that was on the 1st of September. This is the second month fully working with this system with the Deye inverter, and although I have the battery and the Deye inverter for about 7 months or so, I was using with AC coupling, which is one of my favorite features not only on this system but on any system that it has, and the Deye is capable of doing that. If by the end of the video you find that this system is too complex or too big for you, I'm also testing out the Deye micro hybrid balcony with batteries from 2 kilowatt hour up to 10 kilowatt hour, which is awesome for those that already have solar system and just want to add a battery starting at 2 kilowatts up to 10 kilowatts, or if they want to build a small system with up to 2400 watts in solar panels, but I will leave some links down below. That being said, let's take a look at this. Now, this is October 2025, as we can see right over here, and we have produced with this system, for those that are new here, I've got other systems on the grid, a total of 10 kilowatts of power, but this is my main system. We did produce 658 kilowatt hour on this month. If we take a look at the past month, which was September, we did produce 814 kilowatt hour, and we did export to the grid 455, which is huge. I do sell it at 5 cents each kilowatt here on my area, and during the month of October only 191 kilowatt hour of energy exported, which is great because I can use everything on my own, and this is the only that goes out to the grid. Now, if I take a look at the other inverters that I've got here, they are being measured with Shelly. So if we take a look, I can see that I did produce 436 kilowatt hour during the month of October with my other two systems, 4.5 kilowatt hour of power, and the Deye 6K has 5.5 of panels aggregated, although the inverter is capable of 6 kilowatts, actually 7200 watts, because we can add more panels than the rated capacity because the inverter can handle that, but the maximum that I can get upstairs is 5500. So a big difference between these two systems right over here, 658 to 436. Now, if we take a look at the general of October 2025, we can see one thing that it's clear. We are on a downtrend, so we are approaching the winter, and the solar energy is not the same as it was during the summer, which is obvious. Nonetheless, I did produce a total of 998 kilowatt hour, having in mind that if you sum this value right over here with this one right over here, we have about 1080 kilowatt hour produced in total, and that means that I'm using some systems like the Deye Micro Hybrid, which is capable of AC coupling. And when we use AC coupling, we have some energy that is wasted, transforming DC to AC and then AC to DC, and finally DC to AC once again. And those losses in my particular system are around 80 kilowatts to 100 kilowatt hour if I use the AC coupling systems. At this moment, I'm only using for testings because I also have surplus energy and I have the luxury to test out those systems. But this is something to have in mind if you are going to use AC coupling. The bigger the system that you have, the more energy that we will waste. For smaller systems, it's nothing special, and I've shared with you the one from Deye micro inverter. But on this kind of production, then we will notice, and I will share a video with you where I do have data for 6 months of using AC coupling so that you can do your calculations as well. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing it so. Now, if we take a look at the self-consumption, 807 kilowatt hour, which is really awesome. Total consumed 839, which 31 kilowatt hour was in imported from the grid. I didn't share here, but I was paying this month 13 euros of electricity, which is awesome. For someone that uses this much energy here where I live, I would be paying easily between 160 euros to 200 euros more or less without any issues. So if we do these calculations, this times 12 or 13 euros, which was what I paid this month, times 12, the difference is huge. Now let's leave these calculations and data, which is awesome, but let's go to the Deye app. The one above is the main system. At this moment is producing 3.72 kilowatt, and the micro Deye is producing 1 kilowatt at this moment. If we choose the main system, then we can see that at this moment the battery is 98% full, which is awesome, and it's already exporting 2,670. But I will show you that I'm not injecting into the grid. I'm using another inverter to test out AC coupling, and that's why at the end of the month I got some energy that is wasted in this change from DC to AC. Now if we take a look at the Deye app that you already know, we can see a lot of details, but today we are going to focus only right over here on the monthly, which is a daily view. I can go to October, and October we will see a lot of data here. Now I did disable the consumption, the import, discharge, because for today we don't need these numbers. I just want to share with you the production so that on that side of the screen you can calculate for yourself. This exact system right over here is able to produce this much energy. I do have this much energy on my house, so this will be a good system for me, or it's too big or it's too small. So that's something that hopefully it's useful for you. Now if we take a look at the beginning of October, 28 kilowatts produced, and 27, 27, 23, 23. But if we take a look here at the 12, 17, and then we have 20 right over here, 20 right over here, and 22. But if we take a look at the 21st, 11.40, and then right over here we have 15.5, and the worst day so far, 7.9, which is awesome. This particular day I was making some calculations and I had to import 8 kilowatt hour on this particular day, which is nothing. If I do my calculations during the year, having some days or a lot of days that I need to import half of the energy that I need, in my opinion, is just awesome, with all the advantages that we have. When I do have any blackout, doesn't matter if it's regional or national or whatever, I'm safe because I've got my system. I just shut down automatically from the grid and I've got everything working. But besides that, let's keep on looking at these numbers. So 14, now the worst day was this one right over here. I'm expecting worse days and I will share them with you, but at this moment 7.9 is the worst case scenario that I can see on this system. Everything else just working nicely, 23 and 21. So this is really nice. Just out of curiosity, if you weren't here on the previous month, if we take a look at September, for example, we were reaching the 33, something like that. If we move to August, I wasn't using the panels, only AC coupling, but I'm curious to see the results on the next summer that we will start here where I live about April. We will have some really awesome days. May is usually the best month of the year here in Portugal where I live, so I'm really curious to share all those numbers with you. But until then, we will have December, January, February, November, which is this month that we are right now. Another interesting thing that I've shared with you a lot of times is Shelly smart home devices, which is what I use to measure real consumption in real time. And I can look at my dashboard and I can add as many devices as I want here, and I can organize them as I do have them right over here. But for now, just looking at the energy, which I can also go right over here and take a close look at the energy production and consumption. But if I take a look at my main circuit breaker, I can see that on this number here, where it says Shelly M, it's negative. So it's injecting a little bit of energy because the inverters are working and are measuring to put as much as possible on the battery without getting energy from the grid. Now, I also have here on the Shelly solar, the solar production by the systems that are on the grid. This is not the Deye inverter, is the Solax inverters that I do have right over there. Now, if I go back and I go to my dashboards, and if I go to solar PV, at this moment I can see that I've got 2 of them connected and 3 of them disconnected, because sometimes I do turn on and off testing out systems, so I can have real-time data on all all of these, and of course I also have historical data. If I go to my battery, what I have right over here is exactly the same that I've got on my main circuit breaker, a Shelly EM, which will be able to handle 2 clamps, and I will try to leave a link down below so that you can check it out. And at this moment I'm measuring the output of the day and also the OI miles inverter, which is being tested out. And what's happening at this moment is that the day has the battery already full or almost full, and it's not accepting the full energy that it's coming from the panel, so is injecting into the grid. But the other inverter is seeing that energy and it's grabbing to the battery, and this is called AC coupling. The same happens with the micro day inverter that I do have here in the office. It's completely silent and does exactly the same. So when I was talking earlier about the AC coupling and the waste of energy that we have in transferring energy from DC to AC, AC to DC, and then once again we will have all this, but it is something that, although I know that I'm wasting a little bit of energy, I'm saving a lot of that energy, not sending it to the grid at a really low price and using it during the night, for example, to have my whole house with the energy that I did produce. So for those that ask me, hey Robert, what do you use to measure your power consumption, your power production, the overall number, the real-time numbers? This is it. Shelly is my favorite app, not only to measure power consumption, but also for smart home automation, home assistant, and so on and so forth. Everything that they have is compatible. And with this, let's close the video. Hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget the usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto Jorge, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.